The pensioner bondholders are back to the Finance Ministry to resume their picketing after the government failed to pay their coupons and principals. The group called off an initial 2-week protest after the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, exempted them from the domestic debt exchange program and promised to settle all coupons. However, after patiently waiting for the Finance Minister to honor his promise, convener of the Pensioners Bondholders Forum, Dr. Edouanani Entry, tells Joy News they are not backing down until their payments are settled.
This is life and death. And you recall that the president once said, if you can't bring the debt back, but you can bring the economy back. If you don't pay these pensioners, they will die because they cannot get their medication. You can't bring them back. So just as the government, the president said, take the treasury bill and pay these pensioners so that they will not die. Let the economy, our debts rise a little. We can bring it back. We can bring the life of the dead back.
Let's face it, this would be like robbing Peter to pay Paul, because in the end, taking from the treasury bill market could also have consequences which could also affect other people. Now, I go back to where we find ourselves economically. Would that be prudent?
It will be. I'm saying it is life and death. Just as when we sell our properties to take care of the sick in the society. If it hadn't happened to you before, you don't know. People have sold their property to take care of their wives, their health, their husbands, life and death. So when it comes to the point that you need money to save a soul, pensioners need their money for them to live. So if you borrow and it will slightly increase your debt, it is better to do that and save the lives of these pensioners. We've heard that some people are even now rationing their drugs. If you are supposed to take the drugs every day, and because you don't have the money, you are taking it every 3 days, I believe your sickness, your disease would go up the level, you will deteriorate, and that will lead you to your grave. If you are not getting the money to go and be on your dialysis, you are supposed to go three times a week, and people have started going once a week. Then you know they are inching closer to their grave. That is what is happening.
A police officer and member of the pensioner bondholders who traveled all the way from the Volta region to participate in today's protest says his survival is dependent on the coupons.
I'm a retired police chief inspector, a pensioner. And in fact, after I retired, by God's grace, I was able to put something down where I will lay my head before I retired. So when I retired, I had a small thing and I decided to invest it so that I can be using it for other projects which I've planned to do, and to the same time using it for my medical care. As I'm speaking now, I've been referred to Ho to even undergo some medical check-up, and because of money issued, I've not gone yet. And I'm having 2 bonds with Ghana Commercial Bank, precisely Sugakope branch. And on the 17th April, a coupon is supposed to be paid for a coupon. And as I'm standing here, or we are gathering here together with my colleagues, today, 8th May, I have another what? Coupon. Maturing. Yes, to be paid today on the 8th May. And in fact, it's very painful for a police officer serving this country for almost 35 years. And the little I had for that, my stewardship, and to be what? Taken by the government, in fact, it's very disastrous. Some of us will never tolerate this. And if they continue to do it, their descendants and ascendants will be suffer.
Love News checks have uncovered illegal miners invading the Aswoho Konkoma community in the Boson district of the Ashanti region. It is alleged illegal miners announced their intent to the local chief, who received an undisclosed amount of money for the mining operation to take off. The miners have started degrading land close to the town's basic school, digging huge trenches few meters away. Love FM's Rasas Asaridonko has more.
After a series of complaints, we visited the small farming community of Aswoho Konkoma in the Bosomtwe district of the Ashanti region. The concerns of the people stem from the invasion of this valley by illegal miners. The problem was not difficult to find. Huge pits eating close to the basic school. Now, this activity that is going on here is purely illegal. The site owner, One Kingsley, tells me on camera clearly that they do not have any permit or license from any government agency to mine.
I went
to greet the chief of Kokoma, which is necessary for any such activity in the town. When I started work, the Beposo Assembly laid claim to the land. I informed the Kokoma chief of the additional cost, and I had to sort them out to enable me work in peace. I gave the Kokoma chief some drinks. I don't have any license or permit.
Linguist to the chief of the town, Nana Chami Akwesientwi Bosiako, admits the miners sought the blessing of the chief, Nana Odro Ajay Penyin. Complaints had early on reached the Menshia Palace. Otumfo's clan chief, Otumfo Yokohene Nanaje Kumkusia Bebiu, last week instructed the chief to ensure the mining is stopped and the land reclaimed. But even as his linguist came to inspect, mining was still active. Also in this valley, another miner, Ato Roxon, is busily hammering the earth away with heavy machinery. He tells me he has no permit or license for his activities.
I don't have any document, but we help the community when they come to us. The chiefs are not aware.
But Ato claims a police patrol team from Kuntanase took sums of money from them and allowed them to continue with their operations.
Police patrol team.
The police patrol team comes here occasionally. This job cannot be done by one person, so when they come here, they tell us to cover the pits. When they are done, we give them money and they leave.
The Kuntanase police commander was not available for comment when the team visited the Kuntanase command. Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaridonko, Aswoho Konkoma, Bosomtwe District, Ashanti Region.
Deputy Ranking Member of Parliament's Education Committee, Dr. Clement Apak, has described as an indictment the inability of the Education Minister, Dr. Yahweh Duchum, to resolve claims of witch-hunting, malice and personal sentiments on the part of Director General Francis Esumedo. Some aggrieved staff of the Complementary Education Agency, CEA, of the Ministry of Education, formerly known as Non-Formal Education Unit, petitioned the minister on March 27, 2021, demanding a reversal of some transfers made by the Director General due to unjustified manner in which they were done. The petitioners also accused the Director General of sexual harassment, financial mismanagement, and victimization of staff. The aggrieved staff say they are shocked at his recent elevation as a substantive Director General without any recourse to their petition filed 2 years ago. We'll hear from Dr. Clement Apak soon, but first, let's hear from some of them who have been speaking to Joy News on the basis of anonymity.
This man has been a man that even when you have a problem and you go and you want to talk with him, it's like he has no ear to listen. So what do? Even when you see a problem and you want to address it with him, your opinion doesn't matter. He is ruling. So what do you have to say? So I felt the minister is the one who placed him there. So if something is not working and after the time we put in the petition, if he has come to our aid, then probably maybe we could have also aired our grievances to him. But nothing of that sort has happened.
If something is not even going on right and he complains, the minister doesn't have anything to do than to make him stay at post and even to extend his contract. There's nothing that we have sent petitions. I'm sure most of my colleagues have sent petitions to the minister several times. And he's doing nothing about it.
Well, reacting to the claims, the Director General of the Complementary Education Agency, Francis Asumedo, described the allegations as false. He says the claims are without basis.
It's not too late for the minister to act expeditiously, but I would want to urge the petitioners to also file a petition with the Parliamentary Subcommittee on Education.
Well, we apologize for the breaking sound. We can now go to Dr. Clement Apak, who says aggrieved staff must take steps to also petition the Education Committee of Parliament in order for the committee to act on the issue.
It is not too late for the minister to act expeditiously, but I would want to urge the petitioners to also file a petition with the Parliamentary Subcommittee on Education. Once that is done, the committee then becomes obligated to act on the petition. But as it is now, they have not petitioned the committee, they have petitioned the minister. And from all indications, the minister has not acted in a way and manner that is satisfactory to them. So they have to escalate it to the next level by petitioning us. But as I said, if the minister or the ministry is listening, I think that this is an indictment because the matter ought to have been looked into. For a petition that is dated 2021, and to think that we are in 2023, for the petitioners to then come public, obviously, for the lack of action by the minister, it doesn't augur well for the well-being of the ministry and the agencies under it.
Let's listen to a reaction from the Director General of the Complementary Education Agencies, Francis Asumedo.
They are not true. And I don't know where they are coming from. It is not true. It is not true, even to the extent of saying that I am not even fit, unwell, and collapsing. I don't know where I have ever collapsed. If you say witch hunting, then it means that you are even transferring certain people without any formal basis. The transfers were effected because we have then migrated from non-formal education to the CA. Some people were supposed to leave and others come in.
Calling him a presumptive candidate, yet experts say that former President John Mahama's quest to become the next flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress will not be a walk in the park. The former leader is facing stiff opposition from former Finance Minister Dr. Kwabena Duffuor and former Mayor of Kumasi Kojo Bonsu. The two will be slugging it out this weekend as delegates head to the polls to choose the next presidential candidate of the largest opposition party. Joy News' political desk has been looking ahead to that contest as we put the spotlight on John Mahama.
John Dramani Mahama is a household name, and although his critics say the opposition party needs a new contender for the next presidential election, JM says he is unfazed but is rather focused on a simple rescue mission to secure victory for the opposition party in the 2024 general elections.
I am set and ready, very ready, to build the Ghana we want together with you.
But John Mahama, as former leader of the party, has had a checkered political history. After leading the NDC to victory in 2012, he has failed on 2 consecutive occasions to win any election he's contested on the ticket of the NDC, having lost the last presidential election in 2020.
Fingers on that verification machine. So a lot of things went wrong. We've done our postmortems. We realized that we have to go into the ring with our own referee. And so we're going to be much more vigilant than we were in the past. You know, you expect that the commission is neutral, and so there are some things you take for granted. But this time, we're not taking anything for granted.
But now his party is on the lookout for the next candidate to lead the NDC into the next general elections. And just when nominations opened, John Mahama threw his hat in the ring with an appeal to grassroots of the NDC to give him another chance.
And so I have offered myself on May 13th, we will go to our primaries, both for presidential. It is my hope that my colleagues with whom I am standing for the presidential primaries, we would come together as one after I have emerged as the presidential candidate, rally together in order to ensure that NDC wins the victory in the...
John Mahama is facing stiff opposition from 2 individuals he's worked with in previous NDC administrations. First is Dr. Kwabena Dufo, former finance minister, and Mayor Kojo Bonsu, former mayor of Kumasi. Both contenders accuse John Mahama of derailing the gains made by the NDC.
That requires a leader with the courage to change things, to change the status quo. That's what I will do.
Time is up for Kojo Bonsu to run.
But supporters of John Dramani Mahama counter these claims. Some executives of the party are even pledging to secure total victory for the former member of parliament for Boli Pamboy.
For goodness sake, all my regional chairmen, all the regional chairmen for National Democratic Congress, from Upper East to Western North, each of them, I say, as Ababito, support John Dramani Mahama.
I put the concerns about party unity and the decision of some executives of the NDC to declare support for John Mahama before the General Secretary, Fifi Fiavi Kwete. He told me that given John Dramani Mahama's track record, it will be difficult for any contender to overrun him. Are you aligned? I need to be blunt about it.
No, I don't need to be aligned. I mean, I don't think there is any secret at the moment as to the fact that one particular candidate seems to have the edge. That is
John Mahama has the edge.
I mean, naturally, if you've been what you call an outgoing president, you've actually been a presidential candidate, you clearly have a certain advantage over new people who are coming. But those new people, it does not mean that they don't have a chance as well.
It is unclear what influence these statements will bring to bear on the upcoming elections. But one sign is clear, that John Dramani Mahama will give his contenders a run for their money on the 13th of May when the party goes to the polls to choose the next leader of the NDC. The former president has one clear message.
At this stage, Ghana demands experience, not experiments.
Away from the NDC's primaries, the Trade Union Congress says it is going ahead with plans to demonstrate against Sanen Asogli Power Ghana Limited. TUC accuses the company of dismissing 3 leaders of a recently formed union in the company and suppressing the right of workers to unionize. We'll hear from the spokesperson of TUC shortly, but first, though, listen to TUC Secretary General himself. Dr. Yalba announced during the Midday celebration the plan to demonstrate.
Of workers' rights by some unscrupulous employers, especially the violation of the right to form a union or to join a union. And Mr. President, currently we are dealing with a situation, and it is a very strange one. And that situation is at Sunon Asogli Power Ghana Limited. In that company, there are some Chinese managers, and they are collaborating with some Ghanaian managers to make sure that the company, the workers in the company will never be unionized. As I speak to you, as soon as the union was formed, they sacked the chairman, the secretary, and the assistant secretary. immediately. We know the managers. We asked them, why did you sack them? They told us there's no reason except that they don't want them in the company again. These are people who have worked for the company 10 years, 8 years, and 5 years. Comrades, we are not going to sit down if they don't reinstate the 3 colleagues that have been sacked. And comrades, I want to let you know, we have already notified the police in Tema that on the 9th of May, first solidarity action will take place. And I want those of you who are listening to me in Tema and Accra to get ready for action.
My colleague Kweku Asante joins me over Zoom with a response from the Sonnen Asogli company. Kweku, the company says the workers are going about the unionization efforts wrongly. Tell us more about that.
Sonnen Asogli says that they are aware that the Ghanaian constitution and the labor law allows workers to unionize, and that they are not against that. There is a particular part of their statement that I want to quote. It says that the issue has been about the procedure and approach adopted by the Ghana Mine Workers Union. The company said that in that statement and said that it has been in our position right from the onset when the union wrote to us that we cannot enter into an agreement or negotiate with people who do not know. And that when the labor law talks about the worker, it is referring to a particular individual. It is generally pointing to the specific issues that it raised, that the workers have adopted a process that disadvantages the company, and for that reason, for which reason they do not want to endorse what the workers have done. And so ultimately, they do not see that they've done anything wrong at this point.
Still on labor issues, the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana says it will embark on indefinite strike action if President Akufo-Addo does not approve and implement their salaries and arrears from January. Kweku, what does this statement say, and what is the latest on the matter?
So according to JUSAG, they have an agreement with government to increase the salary, and that since January, government has simply reneged on this commitment to increase the salary. So they are demanding that President Akufo-Addo must ensure that the agreement they have with government must take effect, and they want also a back pay dated back to January for this to take effect. Let me read the portion of the statement that came in. It says that they refer to a letter dated May 5, 2023 addressed to the President, which requested approval of the recommendation of the Judicial Council on the review of salaries and related allowances for staff of the Judicial Service in line with Article 149 of the 1992 Constitution. They say that without recourse to this agreement and without the President making this come into effect, they are going to embark on a strike as of Friday this week.
Kweku Asante with that update, and we'll still monitor how this goes. We'll bring you all the details here on the Joy News channel. Now, former Ghana Medical Association General Secretary pitches strength against 2 others in the Lambuzi constituency, and it promises to be one of the toughest primaries because he's facing 2 contestants, the former parliamentary candidate and then former member of parliament and also a doctor of science. Rafiq Salam has more.
Parliamentary seat before 2008 was the preserve of the National Democratic Congress, NDC. The party has won the parliamentary seat back-to-back for 16 years in 4 elections beginning in 1992. Businessman John Dow Baloro of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, however, surprised the pundits and connoisseurs of the political game and broke the jinx in 2008. He represented the people of Lambuzi for only 1 term. John Dow Baloro was defeated in the 2012 general election by a then political rookie, Edwika Iwaladere. He also stayed in parliament for 2,920 days before being defeated by former district chief executive of Lambuzi, John Yelvele Baligi. To sum it up, the Lambuzi constituency parliamentary seat for the last 13 years has been swinging between the MPP and the NDC. A first-time parliamentary aspirant and former general secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Tatius Kofi Beyo, however, disagreed.
We gave it out as a gift to MPP. We should never have lost the last election. So I am confident that anytime NDC is organized, united around the umbrella, there is no contest. We will take our seat. Even when we lost the seat last year, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had over 70% of the vote. How can this be a swing constituency? It should tell that something was not right. NPP has won this seat only twice, and none of them have they gone beyond 4 years. So this is a message to the current MP. He should do his best and do his parting notes and be preparing to hand over, because we are...
Before he gets a nod to represent the party, the 41-year-old consultant obstetrician and gynecologist and senior lecturer of the University of Ghana Medical School has to clear the first hurdle by winning the party's primaries. He stated that, given the opportunity, he will rebrand the party and give it the needed quality leadership it requires.
Look at Lambwisi. We remain the only district without an inch of tarred roads. Look at our party office. It is nothing to write home about. We have to do this address outside because of the sheer heat, lack of a light, and anything in the party office. Dr. Bayo is coming on some basic principles. First, to revive, retool, and revamp our party.
Hello, good afternoon. Warm welcome to the business segment on Joy News today with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Now, Ghana boasts of highest percentage of women business owners at 46.4%. That's according to the second edition of the MasterCard Index of Women Entrepreneurs. Factors contributing to these statistics are not entirely positive, as many women startups lose focus and determination. Chief Executive of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ifua Sabiasare, is urging women to pursue entrepreneurship with determination and take advantage of available opportunities. There's more in this report.
Women in entrepreneurship are significant to Ghana's socio-economic development, but due to the lack of entrepreneurial role models, training and business motivation, many women do not realize the highest potential of their businesses. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, the Ifua Sabiasare, speaking at the Ashanti Regional Women Icon 2023 ceremony, encouraged women entrepreneurs to take advantage of existing opportunities.
You would realize that you can be from anywhere. You could have attended school to any level. You could probably not have attended school, but if you are determined to make it as a woman, you have every opportunity to make it. You have people to support you. Organizations like Ghana Export Promotion Authority, we support entrepreneurship. And for some time now, we have decided that we are pushing in more for women, because when you look at even the statistics, research has shown that in Ghana, women are at the forefront of entrepreneurship. Most of them are not courageous enough to scale it up to how the men will scale it up and build big factories and all of that. But some women are daring and they are doing it. These are the women that we want to champion entrepreneurship in the various regions. So we came up with Women Icon. We want to tell the story of a woman who has pushed and made it from nowhere.
Now, Sanana Asogli Pa has assured of its unwavering commitment to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, known as STEM education, which is expected to play a pivotal role in the Ghana's future. Now, the power producer considers STEM as a gateway to the country's innovation, progress, and prosperity. Chairman of Sanana Asogli, Yang Hwan, was speaking at this year's Open Day the company organized for schools at its premises at Bo, Tema. Correspondent Kwame Yanka has more in this report.
Market event.
Chair of Sanana Asogli Pa, Yang Kun says, as technology and science lead world advancement, it is important to invest in children through knowledge and tools. In the last few years, Sanana Asogli Pa has taken a number of steps in this direction, having sponsored 4 students to study medicine in China. Yang Kun believes this year's Open Day will spark some curiosity in their children to attain greater heights. As part of the event, the company explained to participating schools how electricity is produced before touring the plant, which has a current capacity of 560 megawatts. Chair of Sanana Asogli Pa, Yang Kun shares the need to prioritize science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM education in Ghana.
As a result, we are seizing this opportunity to promote STEM education in our schools. Science, engineering, technology, and mathematics is the gateway to our nation's innovation, progress, and prosperity. In an ever-changing world driven by technological and scientific advancements, it is critical that we provide our children with the tools and knowledge they need to thrive in this changing landscape. By focusing on STEM education, we provide our young learners with a foundation to unlock their potential and purpose rewarding careers in fields that are shaping the future.
Yankun sees the need to focus on practical application of knowledge instead of just theory.
As we open the doors of absolute power to our young ones, we have arranged a tour to understand how electricity is generated. A career talk from our engineers and other fun activities. Our hope is that they live here today with a renewed sense of wonder, knowledge, and the belief that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the dedicated team at Absolute Power who have worked tirelessly to organize this event.
From there, the company's fire brigade then took the schools through fire drill. Some participants share what they learned.
Now, the youth of Adan have hit the streets this morning in solidarity with their chiefs and elders over concerns regarding the management of the Sango Lagoon. The protesting youth say they are fully in support of the Electrochem Company Limited managing the Sango Lagoon. Electrochem. They say they will resist any individual or group of persons trying to thwart the gains made by the company in the past 2 years. And Joy News correspondent Elvis Washington spoke to some of the youth ahead of a scheduled press conference by the chiefs and elders. And pretty soon will join us more. We shall follow up on that story and keep you updated in our subsequent bulletins. And that's it for business for now. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Darokwa will be at 1 p.m. with the Marketplace Sports.